Any other discussion?
You know, I know we've talked this to death, but since everybody else has said something, I think I'll.
You go right ahead, Mr. Wild.
You know, the concern I have gets back to what Jennifer mentioned earlier on in this discussion about this request. And that's what happens every time we have a situation where someone wants to move a subdivision right next to an active farm. And you get into chemicals and chemical spraying, wind drift, which, you know, how are you going to control wind drift? And the thing that bothers me is, you know, I don't know if everybody remembers or if you get these emails. I get an email periodically and it has a planning journal attached to it. And there was one that we got many, many months ago, and the whole subject was sprawl and the drastic need of planners to protect the integrity of our agricultural area. The whole journal was about that one topic. And it talks about all these things about what happens when you have subdivisions that come up next to places where there are farms and chemicals being sprayed, pesticides, herbicides, and foliage. Some things, you know, that can get on people's skins that are highly sensitive and absorb into the skin and cause very, very serious illness. Children or older adults that have respiratory problems that move out into an area and not realizing that this area is going to be sprayed with some chemical that's going to cause them to have some serious health. What happens when Mr. Stone sprayed, has his field sprayed, and somebody becomes definitely ill, and the cause and effect is realized, well, this guy sprayed, and here I am in the hospital with thousands of dollars worth of debt. I'm going to sue this farmer because his spray came over to my property and made me sick. You know, I can see this as jeopardizing Mr. Stone's future ability to make his living off of farming, and also jeopardize the health of future potential residents in that area. And that's really what concerns me. And then the other thing, of course, from a planning perspective is sprawl and the need to protect the agricultural integrity of these areas that are still remaining agricultural. So that's really my concern over this and any other request when we have an active farm. And that, you know, we had this one request a couple of years ago where residents were proposed down in the Clyde area. And the gentleman that came to speak against it, people's dogs had gotten into his cattle field, stampeded his cattle. They had knocked down his electric fence and run all over creation. You know, and he said this happens, you know, when people move next door. And they try to live like they're living in town, you know, in a subdivision, but they're out in the country where people are trying to make a living farming. So that's my concern.
I would agree with you 100%.